throughout the weekend. And we will have more field events, by the way, as the timed finals continue in the 4x4, but that will be in AAA girls, AA boys, and AAA boys. The reason why we only have one heat of AA girls in the 4x4 is they were able to run all of their semifinals on Friday before thunderstorms rolled in. So they were able to complete their semifinals, and as such, 8 teams advance now to the 4x4 final. Villa Maria of Erie, perhaps on the verge of locking up a team championship, or at least coming very, very close. Hickory is in that mix as well. Both have teams here in the final field of 8. Villa Maria has had the benefit of 2 relays, one that finished second in the 4x8, the other finished first in the 4x1. Let's see how they do now in the 4x4. So we set up what will be lane assignments, at least initially, before they break the stagger after turn 3. Wyomissing will be in lane 1. I do not believe these are correct. Wyomissing is in lane 1. Villa Maria will be in lane 2. Those are seeds from the district meet. Central Cambria in lane 3. Remember, they won the 4x8. Neumann Goretti in lane 4. Avonworth in lane 5. Hickory in lane 6. Palisades in lane 7. And Beaver Area is in lane 8. Mark, your thoughts on what we've seen on the track today? I know you've been mostly focused on the field, but it really is something to see. Even with these very, very hot conditions, we saw the #1 time in the country in the boys 4x8. Brissette, obviously, we expected her to do well. She's put down a top 5 time. And to see Thelma Davies just wipe Lauren Williams out of the record book, that really is something, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I liken that to what Jordan did in the shot. I mean, Ryan Whiting, one of the names we all know in the throws, and to make him a footnote to history is pretty amazing itself. That throw of his yesterday was actually in the top 5 all-time in high school. So, you know, my observation from what I've seen, this is the year of the underclassmen. I mean, we've seen freshmen, we've seen sophomores repeat, we've seen, it's actually been a great year for juniors who have come through and won state championships, avenged, losses from the year before, or suddenly jumped up into the upper tier. And I think it really is a testament to the tenacity of the underclassmen to say, hey, you know, we're as good as anybody. Let's you know, we're going to compete. We're going to do what we can, and it's been shown on the track and in the field.
Off we go in the AA girls 4x4. The throw that Mark is referencing by Jordan Geis, 74.3.5 in the shot yesterday, but to the point that Mark was making, Thelma Davies, obviously a freshman. Chanel Brissette is an underclassman, so it has really been a show of underclassmen. Now, what are we looking for here in the 4x4, Rick?
Well, here's the 4x4. This is a 3-turn stagger, which means the first leg athlete runs entirely in their lane, and then they go to the handoff, and the second leg athlete runs 100 meters in fact, the girl, her lane, and then they break into the rail. So 3 different turns of the race.
And it is Avonworth in lane 5, heading into the first exchange zone out in front. Palisades out of the Allentown, Bethlehem, Easton area is in second. And here's the first pass of the baton, and it is Avonworth.
And these athletes will stay in their lane for 100 more meters, then break down to the rails.
State record 3:49.36 set last year by Neumann Goretti. When they won this heat, they're running out of lane 4 after having the best time yesterday. And now they're able to break that stagger and come down to the rail. Avonworth is on the left. And Neumann Goretti out in front. So Neumann Goretti, the defending champion, and Avonworth, they did not place last year here in the 4x4. Those are the top 2 teams as we approach the halfway point. Palisades is back in 3rd, a distant 3rd. So into the halfway exchange now, and Neumann Goretti under 2 minutes, 1:56. Avonworth remains second.
And Rick, usually isn't the third leg the weakest leg?
Yeah, typically a coach will put a strong first leg. They'll put, I hate to say weakest, sometimes it may be your slowest runner as third, and then your best runner as the anchor. Now that's typical, But there are coaches who like to run from the lead, so they'll get a great start and then try to continue or build on that.
Well, this has been all Neumann Goretti basically since they broke the stagger. They came down to the rail leading the race, and they have led throughout as we come down to 1 lap to go. Neumann Goretti and Avonworth, the top 2 teams. Don't overlook Central Cambria, the 4x8 champion, and in fact, their runner making a very hard push on the outside, and perhaps they will pass the baton in first with 1 lap to go.
There's evidence of a very strong third leg with a good finish.
Beg your pardon, this is Hickory. Hickory out in front.
Comes down to who's your anchor.
This could determine the state team championship, by the way. Hickory, always so good in field events. They rack up so many points in the field year after year. Villa Maria, who is in the heat but lagging back, they have a first and second in relays today. Can they make a push in enough time? Neumann Goretti has moved back into the front. Palisades now has moved into second. Palisades, the 5th place finishers from last year. And here on the outside comes Avonworth back into it to take 3rd. Less than 200 meters to go now. Neumann Goretti, Palisades, and Avonworth, the top 3. Hickory is 4th. Palisades on the outside, Neumann Goretti on the inside. Can Neumann Goretti hold him off? Neumann Goretti, last year's champions at a 3:49.36 to set the state record. They will repeat as champions this year, and they will do it in a sub-4-minute time as they go 3:57 and change, and Neumann Goretti has won the state championship for the 2nd straight year in the 4x4. 3:57.83 is the official winning time.
So here we see on the monitor the finish. So we're pulling away at the finish. And again, this is 400 meters. You must stay relaxed. You have to keep your arms and legs moving. If you tend to tense up, you slow down.
All right, so Neumann Goretti wins the AA girls 4x4. They are now going to go to timed finals in AAA girls, AA boys, and AAA boys. What that means is they're going to run 4 heats in each classification. The final heat will determine in all likelihood the state championship.